Oh. Oh, wow. He said it was slow, but I think if we're talking about stock cars, it might be faster than a stock Supra. That felt pretty good. All right, guys. Today we're going on a mission. So as I said in the previous video, I got rid of my BMW. Not sure how I feel about that yet. I passed my first weekend not having my weekend toy. So the hunt is on to find my next project car / daily. Which, well, actually, we'll call it my project car / weekend car. My BMW kind of was turning into my daily just because I like driving it so much, but it was just intended to be a weekend car, something that was fun, and if I wanted to go to the track or mess around with it, I could. So anyway, so that's gone, and I'm not sure what to get next. I flirted with the idea of getting another Supra. I really like Supras. I've had probably 100 Supras that I've bought, made them perfect, or in my eyes perfect, and then sold, like the one that I sold to Mr. Sam. I still miss that car. So I'm not sure what I want to do. So I'm opening up the options to explore other types of cars. So today, right now, we're going to take a ride to a friend and customer of ours' house. He had a Supra that we built, really badass car. He recently sold it, and he got a replacement car. Not gonna say what it is yet. And it's a car that I've always liked, and I've always been intrigued by, and one of the few cars that I've never driven. So JDM car, epic car in my opinion. I'm excited. I have very high hopes that I like it. He's gonna let me drive it, check it out, and if I like it, maybe this could be the next weekend car. So we're gonna take a ride, go check it out, and see what it's all about. And then in the meantime, keep you guys updated. So next week is World Series of Pro Mod at BMP. So World Series of Pro Mod is February 27th, 28th, and March 1st. This is arguably the biggest Pro Mod race of the year, and definitely the biggest Pro Mod race that we do at BMP. And this is one of the reasons that I built the Pro Mod, because I just fell in love watching these cars race, and I knew that I wanted to race in this level of competition. So like next week, it's 150,000 to win. Like, it's a huge race. It's got a ton of media coverage. It's a whole nother level of racing. So anyhow, I'm just waiting for the phone call. At any moment, any day, we're gonna get a phone call that our Pro Mod is done and ready to be fired up at RK Racecraft in Atlanta, or Atlanta area, so in Georgia. Once I get that phone call, mind you, I have not seen the car yet. I have not put eyes on it. Once I get that phone call, getting on a flight, going up there, it'll be the first time I see the car, and we're going to hopefully film the first fire up, go over the car, make sure everything is good, learn as much as I can while I'm up there. We'll record all of that, and then bring the car straight back, do a seat pour, which we'll film that. It's pretty cool. In those cars, you don't have to, but it's suggested to do a pour-in seat, so it like really hugs your body and it's made to you. So we'll do a seat pour, go over the whole car, and the Monday of World Series of Pro Mod, start testing. So we're gonna test, if all goes to plan, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and if all goes well, we're gonna stick around and try to qualify for World Series of Pro Mod. Qualifying is Thursday and Friday, eliminations is Sunday. This is the big leagues. There are guys who have been doing this a lot longer than me that show up and don't qualify. It'll be like 75 cars trying to get into a 32-car field. So you can't even like really be upset if you don't make it. But obviously, this first race, if we show up and we just qualify and get to that first round, I would be beyond happy. And we'll just see what happens. And like I always say, once you're in the field, whoever you line up with, you just got to race them, and they got to show you. That's it. Anything can happen. So on race day, it's anybody's race to win. I feel like we have a really good combination, a really cool car, and a really good opportunity to run well. But it doesn't always happen right off the rip. It doesn't matter how much money you spend, what parts you have, what team you have. Those things help, but it's not just a guaranteed success. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But that's the plan. So keep you guys posted. Hopefully, like I said, any day now, we get that phone call, and we're on our way to Atlanta, check this thing out. And today, we're just going to go look at what's going to be the new, or hopefully the next project in the next weekend car. And if it's not this, maybe it'll be something else. But I'm going to try to check out a couple of cars, take you guys along for that ride, test drive some cars, and try to do something different. I love the Supra stuff, and honestly, I love building Supras. Like, I really enjoy it. But we've got a huge build plan for the Rat Rod Supra now that you guys got me past 25K. And I didn't want to do 2 Supras at once. So we'll do the Rat Rod Supra, we'll do something else. And then when that's done, maybe I'll get another Supra. But I've made a vow to myself that my next Supra will be my keeper. So I'm taking this very seriously. If I buy a Supra, I'm trying to buy my last Supra, which again, I've probably owned 100 of them. So the next one will be my keeper. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be the right car. It's got to be the right deal. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys. So we're pulling up. Go check out this car. I'm pretty excited. I love JDM cars. I love old school cars. So I'm excited to show you guys this one today and drive it. I'm hoping I like it as much as I like the way that they look and the way that they sound and so on. And if you guys like it, this could be the next weekend car and the next project car. So we're about to pull up and check it out. This dude's, like I said, a client of mine. We built him a really cool Supra. He sold it and then bought something else. And he still buys parts from us for his new car, which is pretty cool. So we'll shout out his YouTube and Instagram. He's just getting going on YouTube now. And he's got 2 really cool cars, so check him out. And yeah, we're about to pull up. I'm gonna assume that he's got these things outside for the wow factor. So we're gonna show them to you in just a second. And today we're making progress with our equipment. We got our mics fired up. I had a couple people say the sound wasn't that good. I don't think I'm as loud as Garrett. He's got that long neck, giraffe neck, so I don't know if it helps his voice. I'm not that loud, I guess, but so we got our mics going, and each video we're just gonna keep making improvements. I'm paying attention to everything you guys are saying, so every video will continue to improve. And thank you guys for the support. It's been really exciting, and you guys got me really fired up. So I'm gonna keep on posting as long as I keep getting the love that I'm getting. So I knew it. He's got both cars outside. We're pulling up, and we're gonna check them out. Ooh. I like it. I like it already. Hopefully, this drives as cool as I think it does, because I like it. Let's check it out. All right. So at this point, you can see we got an R33 and an R34. Man, so I'm here to look at the R34. I've driven an R33 and I liked it, but I've always been a huge fan of the R34. I think they're just like second to the Supra. That's just my opinion. The best looking JDM car you could get, and I love 90s JDM stuff. Let's meet the owner and let's check it out. What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
Guys, like I said, this is my buddy Joel. He's got these 2 beautiful cars. This is his, that's his wife's. He used to have a Supra that we built. It's like a 700-800 horsepower Supra.
Right under
yeah.
800,
Yep. Sold it and became a Nissan guy overnight.
Let's see what happens. Let's see how I lost.
How do you like it?
I like it. I mean, it's slow.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
It's very, very slow.
But it's stock, right? Yeah.
Slow. But I'm enjoying it, man.
Something
I'm enjoying
different.
it a lot.
Yeah. You were a Supra guy. You had a Supra before the Supra we built, right?
Since 2006. Yeah.
Since
I had 3 Supras.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is a big jump for you.
Yeah. I mean, I had 240s before. That's the closest thing with the RB25. But
yeah.
You know, nothing. Not this.
Yeah. What made you make the change? You just want to do something different?
To be honest, I had bought my wife a 4-door R34 GTT.
Yep.
And I kept looking at it. I was like, man, I kind of want to try this out.
Yeah.
You know, so ended up just deciding, you know what? Or it kind of happened overnight. I don't know if you remember my Instagram post where I was kind of joking, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell the Supra and get it. Then I just woke up the next day. I said, you know what? What's the worst that happens? I don't like it. I sell it. I get another Supra.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it, man.
It looks really nice. So it looks like it's got some wheels. What all's done to it?
Yeah, so the wheels I bought months before.
Okay,
the car
Nismo wheels,
here.
those look real good, yeah.
Yeah, so aside from that, the HKS exhaust I actually picked up from you guys.
Yep.
For both cars, the same one.
Nice.
Besides that, man, it has a Nismo clutch that I have paperwork for, flywheel.
Yep.
And HKS cam gears, although I haven't actually confirmed it. I have the paperwork for it, but
Yep.
I haven't actually torn it apart and confirmed it. And Gretty relocation kit, and that's pretty much it.
So what? This is a GTR, R34 GTR, all-wheel drive.
Yes.
And these come with a V161 transmission, right? How do you like it? It shifts nice and stuff like the Supra?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shifts pretty much just like it. Man.
And then
exactly.
And this is like stock body. This is like factory front bumper, and like this is how they look.
This is actually an S-tune front bumper.
S-tune front bumper. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an S-tune front bumper. The rest of it's pretty much the same. Yeah, it's just the front bumper. The grill is some aftermarket stuff. It's funny enough, I actually have the OEM grill coming in today
Okay.
from FedEx. So.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much that's it. It has some coilovers. Never actually heard of them. I'm not a big fan of them.
Mhm.
It's kind of.
We'll get you set up with some HKS coilovers.
That's the plan. Actually.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the plan for both cars actually.
Yeah.
But
So like
yeah.
I'm like a Supra nerd. I can look at a Supra and tell you what year it is, the color code, if it's an original turbo, original 6-speed. Like I'm like a Supra nerd. So if I were to get into these, that'll be like I'll have to learn all over again because there's so many different models and like there's the V-spec. Like I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah, so this is a base.
A base, okay.
So it was optioned out with some V-spec stuff.
Okay.
But this is a base. This is not a V-spec.
And what's the biggest difference with the V-spec? Do you know?
Well, yeah, like besides like the diffuser, for example.
Yeah.
Expensive diffuser in the rear.
Is the interior a little different?
On the V-spec ones, not really. No. The V-spec 2s, I believe, are the ones that came with the black seats.
Okay.
Much nicer, but
Yeah.
I'm not spending 10 grand.
Yeah.
The
Performance-wise, they're
all-wheel
the
drive-
same.
Just the Altiza system is a bit faster, is what they say, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not a full expert on these yet. I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot to learn.
Yeah,
The little bit of research I've done online, there's a bunch of different models and this and that. So yeah, it's cool. How does the wife like hers?
It's great, man. To be honest, hers is faster than mine. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, the wife's got the faster one. Okay. That's pretty cool. This is a cool driveway.
Yeah.
R33 and R34 is pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh, I see that HKS exhaust. So yeah, he picked up HKS exhaust from Induction Performance for both of these cars. It looks really good.
It does,
And it's quiet too. I like that.
It still has the stock caps on it.
Yep.
So it's even quieter right now. But it almost looks stockish.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's clean. Yeah, it's clean.
So,
Man, these cars look so good.
thank you.
R34, I don't know. Like I'm a die-hard Supra guy, but I think the R34 is like one of the best looking JDM cars ever made.
Yeah, it definitely gets more attention than the Supra.
Oh yeah,
surprisingly.
well because it's so rare too.
Yeah, I
you
guess
never
that's
see
why,
them. Yeah.
You see a lot of Supras now,
Yeah.
especially with the right-hand
Yeah,
drive ones
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in.
yeah. You mind if we take it for a ride?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Go
What's
ahead.
the do's and don'ts? Anything I need to know when I get in this thing?
Not really. It's slow.
It's
so
slow. Yeah, I
you'll be
mean,
fine.
I just want to see how I like it. And
Yeah,
honestly,
no,
driving
go
a
ahead.
stock one is good. You drive a built
Yeah.
one, you'll
Yeah,
like it.
Of course, yeah,
like
you're
that.
gonna like it.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
No, it's good. You can go for a drive, see how you like it,
Okay, cool.
take it from there.
All right, cool. Damn, the thing goes to 10,000 RPM. That's what the TAC goes to, stock.
Well, yeah.
You got to buy a TRD TAC for that.
The TRD.
Yeah.
They got the Nismo ones, but they're discontinued, so.
What do those go to? Is it 10
I
still, or
don't
is it
remember
more?
what that goes to, but I know the miles per hour, or the kilometers goes to 320.
Let's check out under the hood.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, but it's big money because it's discontinued.
Yeah. That's the hardest part about owning these older 90s
The
cars.
Supra tax was bad.
Oh, it's worse?
This is worse.
All right, so you got HKS intakes, HKS exhaust, Gretty oil filter relocation. I think that's one oil cooler too, right?
Oh, that's right. It does
Yeah.
have the Gretty oil cooler as well.
Yep. I was looking, I was paying attention.
Yeah, you were. It's something I forget. I didn't even notice till actually the car got here and I was swapping wheels and I was like, oh wait, hold up.
Yeah, it's cool. It's so quiet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. So far I like it. It's very, very, very different from the Supra. Like when you get in a Supra, if you've ever sat in one or you even seen one, the dash kind of like wraps around you and it's kind of like a cockpit. The only thing I don't like and I'll never like about anything that's right-hand drive is I can't get used to right-hand drive stuff because I drive a lot and I'm always driving left-hand drive cars, but I like it. I do like it. It's just a nice fit. I like the screen, I like the gauge cluster, like it all looks good, and I feel comfortable. The seats are nice too. The seats are definitely better than a Supra seat.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what this thing does. Let's give it a drive. If I don't come back, that means I want to buy it. Is it for sale too or no?
Everything's for sale.
Oh man, don't say that. See, this is the hard part. Shifting with my left I don't think I'll ever be like great at that. How do you shift fast with your left hand? Unless you're a lefty, I guess. It's really quiet. Even with the HKS exhaust, it's really, really, really quiet. I like this screen. That's really, really cool. Oh, you can feel it. It's been sitting a little bit. Brakes are a little touchy. But this screen is cool. Like, that's a huge upgrade for us. It's got boost, throttle percentage, injector. You only see that with like a standalone in the Supra. Transmission's really, really nice. It drives really good. I love the way, to me, inline six engines always sound the best. And even though it's quiet, it does sound really, really good. And it feels like it wants to go. I'm just trying to get out of this neighborhood real quick, but it seems like it wants to go. So the RB engine, this is an RB26. So a little bit less displacement than a Supra. So it's gonna be a little laggier to spool the same size turbo as like a 3-liter Supra engine would be. So, 2J's is a superior engine. But anyways, but they also rev higher to make up from it. So from factory, it looks like red line on this thing is like 8,000 RPM, where the Supra is like 6,800 RPM. So it's a give and a take, but I like it. It drives really, really nice. And I love the trans. So this and the Supra both run a Getrag transmission. The Supras come with a V160 or a V161. This is a V161, which makes me wonder, could you put a 2J in this thing? Maybe. I would imagine that there's either a bell housing swap or somebody makes an adapter, or maybe we make an adapter and you can put a 2J in this thing, which would maybe make it perfect. All-wheel drive, 2JZ powered car. That's been like a dream of mine. I see what he means. The coilovers are a little bumpy. They're just kind of hard, but that's easy to fix. Man, I don't know where I'm going. Was I supposed to turn back there? I think I was supposed to turn back there to get out of this neighborhood. All right, here we go. Got to the main road. Oh, see? Man, I just went for the signal light and I hit the damn wipers. Oh, this is gonna take some getting used to. And I don't know. I consider myself to be a pretty good driver, but driving or shifting with the left is gonna be very hard to get used to. Oh. Oh, wow. He said it was slow, but I think if we're talking about stock cars, it might be faster than a stock Supra. That felt pretty good. That felt really good, actually. Wow. And it sounded good. It was smooth. So the Supras come with sequential twin turbos from the factory to help with spool up. So what that means essentially is the primary turbo spools up, and when it gets to a certain point, the second turbo comes on, so you're not having to spool two turbos at once. I don't think these are that way. If it is, it's very smooth, the transition. But it spooled pretty good, and it pulled really good, and that was only like 6,000 RPM. I can go all the way to 8 from the looks of it. And traction is obviously not really an issue because it's all-wheel drive. Let's see what this thing does in first gear. You can't floor a Supra in first gear. It'll just spin the tires. This thing obviously won't have that problem. Sounds good too. Man, he said it was slow. For a stock car, this is not slow. This is actually pretty impressive. Like, this thing only has a catback exhaust and intakes. It runs really good. So these cars didn't come to the U.S. All right, we don't know. The Supras came to the U.S. and they dominated, and they were like one of the fastest cars you could buy. But they didn't have the competition of the R34. And I think had that been a different scenario, these might have been. They might have taken off, or might have taken over. See, yeah, like if this car was left-hand drive, this car would be perfect. But just cruising, it cruises real nice, drives real nice. And the turbos are sized really good for the engine because it's not that lazy. The gearing is really, really good. Like every time I shift, I'm in like a good part of the RPM. I don't drop a ton of RPM. So like tight ratios. I really like it. Damn it. I really like it. Well, I think this has definitely moved up to the top of the list for weekend car next project. But it's up to you guys, so let me know what you think in the comments. But I really like it. I like it a lot. The interior definitely leaves a little bit to be desired. It's a little more like 90s than the Supra. The Supra, I feel like the interior was a little bit ahead of its time, but this makes up for it in many, many ways. I don't know how long it would take to get used to the left-hand drive thing or the right-hand drive thing, but I really like this car. And I love, man, like I'm super impressed with the performance stock. Like, truthfully, driving a stock Supra is really boring, has no balls at all. This thing runs really good. Like, it runs really good. This is enjoyable to drive. I wonder if he'd sell it. He said everything has a price.
Yeah.
Dang. And I wonder if I could put a 2J. So that's what I want to know in the comments. Do you guys like R34 for the next project? And if I were to get an R34, do we do what we always do and put a badass 2J in it? Or do we build the RB? So we've built a couple RBs. Not a lot of people know that. We just never really posted it. We've built a couple, and they've all been pretty cool and like successful builds. One made, I want to say like 700. The other one made like 800. Built motor and, you know, just the basic stuff. Haltech standalone ECU, precision turbo, so on. But if I were to build one of these, I think I would want like 1,000 horsepower. I'm not sure what that entails. I don't think it would be too hard based on the success we had with the others. But the sound of a 2J is hard to beat. And obviously for me, a 2J would be a little bit easier to do. Path of least resistance, just because I have all the 2J stuff that I would ever need. And I have a lot of resources and parts for that. And do the people want to see that? I don't know. I think it would be cool. Would it be a first? It might be. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen an all-wheel drive R34 street car with like 1,000 horsepower 2J, but I'd like to see it. All right, so yeah, we're pulling back up. Talk to Joel real quick. He said everything has a price. We'll see. I don't know. But he did say that. He said everything's got a price. And this thing is pretty nice, so I'm curious what the price is. Hoo-wee. I shouldn't have done this. I really like it. I hope you guys like it as much as I like it. You said it was slow.
It is slow.
No. For a stock car, it runs really good. Like,
Yeah.
it's faster than a stock Supra, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh, 100%.
It's been a long time since I drove a stock Supra, so.
I drove one the other day, and like, it was cool because it was like different, but it was really slow. Like, this thing actually like pulls through the RPM really good.
Yeah. It takes longer to really.
But you have more RPM
yeah,
too.
more
Yeah.
RPM. It just takes.
Are these things aren't sequential turbo, right? Like the Supras?
No.
Yeah. That was really cool. It like the turbos are sized really well because it spools really good for how small the engine is.
Yeah.
And it pulls hard.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Now you need one.
I like it. I think the hardest part is just the getting used to being on the wrong side of the car.
Honestly, that was like the easiest part for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think for me that would be the most difficult part. But I really, really, really like it. Man. Wow. I don't know what to do now. I'm going to leave it up to the people. And then I was saying, like, so this has that get track transmission, so I wonder, could you put a 2J in this thing? Maybe you change the bell housing on the transmission? I don't know, because this car all-wheel drive with a 2J would be sick. You can't deny that.
No, I can't. Bro. Don't do that.
I'm gonna do what the people want me to do.
It's like the Supra that had an RB at GTR Festival.
Oh,
last year.
that hurt. That hurt. So I know I would definitely piss some people off if I did it. Yeah, but it's really cool. So we'll walk around the car, show you guys the car. Make sure you guys check out Joel's YouTube channel, Venomizilla. We'll put it in the video. Check him out. Thanks for letting me drive it, man.
Yeah, man.
I shouldn't be thanking you. I really, really liked it. It drove really good. And like, it's a fun car and it just looks so good, man. But yeah, beautiful car. Thank you so much, man, for letting us drive it.
Yeah, man.
And we'll see what the people think, if I should get one or not. Because I need a new project. And I need a new weekend car. I sold my BMW.
Should you get one?
And should I put a 2J in it if I get one? That's the question.
Tell
So,
me in the comments.
yeah, leave it in the comments, man. Thanks, bro.
Hey,
Appreciate you, man. All right, guys, so we're headed back to induction, get to work. We got some cool stuff going on there too, so we'll probably get some video there this week. We got some really cool projects we're wrapping up. A couple 1,000+ horsepower Supras coming to an end, and then some more new ones will come in. And then we got to start getting ready for TX2K, so we'll get the Run BC shop Supra back together. I've actually yet to drive that car. That was the import radio record holder car for a couple of days. So low 6-second 2J car. I've yet to drive it. I didn't drive it just because I was driving so many other cars at the time and I like to focus on just one. But I'm going to be driving it at TX2K. So we got to get that car together and get to the track, make some test passes so I'm comfortable in it, and, you know, cut a good light and just be ready to go, because I'm very competitive. We're going to TX2K. We're going to try to win. We'll be in a class with White Rice and Brett LaSala and some heavy hitters. So we got that coming up. Let me know what you guys think. I really liked the R34 way more than I thought I would. And, you know, once we get through March is going to be absolutely insane. We're going to be racing every week in March. So once we get through March, I'd like to get a weekend car and make a project out of it. We'll probably have some other candidates that will pop up that we'll you know, disclose and show you guys. But let me know what you think about the R34. Let me know what you think about if it should get a 2J or stay RB. That would be a toss-up for me. You know I'm going to lean towards 2J, so we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe and share, and let's keep this going. And hopefully the sound is better. We've made tons of rookie mistakes, but literally my first video upload to YouTube ever was 2 weeks ago. We're already at 40,000 subs. I'm absolutely having a blast doing it, and I realize now that my day-to-day stuff that I do with all of my friends that you guys know most of is content and is really cool stuff that you guys want to see. So we're going to keep pumping it out, and hopefully we'll get better and better and better as we go. So like, subscribe, share, and we have a ton of content coming, so don't miss any of it. Thanks.